Hello everyone, it's John. This is not going to be your usual video. This is going to be a video about me talking about the movies that you can watch at the QCINEMA Film Festival. Frequently asked questions, why am I in a mask? I'm shy. I mean, you can look up my face, just type my name in Google and maybe you can see what I look like. But yeah, I'm shy. After this, what I'm going to do next, I still have a lot of video essays. Hopefully soon, I'll be talking about them, and I've been working on them on and off for the past few months, years. But work is kind of crappy right now. I need to do things to not die. Yeah, that's it basically. So let's talk a little bit about QCINEMA, which is coming up in around November 18. So once again, your usual film fest. It's the most, I'm gonna say, anticipated film festival now that there's no more Cinnamon originals and Cinema is finished. But they always have a very robust, very well curated international film section. And there are a lot of films, and the schedule is, it's not the best. I guess here are some tips, or common sense things that I can tell you if you're planning to watch the festival. So the first thing is to plan your schedule ahead. Ask yourself, out of the film roster, are these films gonna come out soon? If they're gonna come out, then it's not a high priority to watch unless you really, really like the film. Advanced screenings, therefore, are not as big as priority. I know Timmy Chalamet stands, maybe you're excited to watch the new film, but, you can watch it eventually. Is this even going to be available? Are some of the films going to be available? A lot of festival films, they don't make it in the darker corners of the internet. There are a lot of streaming sites, there are a lot of, wink, wink, certain sites that you can watch these films eventually, except for some films that really only survive in the festival space. So be aware of that. The Asian Next Wave films, they're from newer directors. They might not be freely available in their country, internationally, even, in those kinds of sites. But, Mubi sometimes picks them up, but not always. So it's a gamble. As for the shorts, I highly recommend you watch the shorts. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and, money is scarce. You can see probably some of the Asian shorts pop up later in VidC, in later film festivals or short film festivals online. Some of the filmmakers post on Vimeo on their personal sites. But on the whole, I recommend you see them because these shorts, they don't have the same kind of exposure or distribution that the full-length features have. And in particular, there's one QCINEMA film, international film or advanced screening film, that is already available legally on Amazon Prime, and that's Argentina 1985. If you have Amazon Prime PH, it's there. You can watch it like right now if you want. And also, the second point I'm gonna say is film viewing is not a race. Time will afford you the opportunity to watch most of these films eventually. Don't worry about FOMO. Take it from me who's experienced the same things before. Don't worry about it. Don't spend beyond your means. We all have limited amounts of money, time, and sanity. But unless you have a good paying job or you have enough time, sometimes those two are mutually exclusive. And in terms of jobs, you still spend a lot of time with your job unless you stole money from the Filipino people. That you only have a limited amount of money, so budget for the films that you really want to see, and then don't overextend yourself. Don't buy your safety is of the utmost concern. In an ideal world, these fests should be free, but okay, so films I like to talk about. Let's start with the Asian Next Wave. I highly recommend watching all of these. Since they're from first-time directors, you probably won't see them unless they're really good or some distributor picks them up. Whether you can get a certain film from a certain site depends also if, it's available online or, through distributor somewhere else, or if it's in awards contention, maybe you can find screeners somewhere in the wild. But otherwise, take this as a higher priority because that's not guaranteed, and you might want to look at a few of these because they're very good. There's Ajuma by Shumingha. It's an interesting film. Plant 75 by Chie Hayakawa. It's the Japanese entry to the Academy Awards for Best International Film. It piques my interest, and I like Japanese films, so high priority on that one. Return to Seoul by Davy Chou. I saw this a few days ago. Maybe check out our Third World Cinema Club episode on that. I highly recommend seeing it. It's a very nice character study. Elegía by Loy Arcenas. A little bit of trivia, I saw an earlier cut of this film back when it was called Mirador, and I anticipate interesting film from Direct Loy because he makes good films, and this was pretty interesting. The rough cut I saw had a few problems, but I'm very sure that they fixed it. And this is the last film of Sherry Hill. So there's also Arnold is a Model Student. That's been discussed a lot. There's a bit of buzz, around it. So yeah, maybe. Autobiography by Makbul Mubarak. That's an Indonesian film. Indonesian cinema tends to get overlooked, but there are a lot of very interesting Indonesian directors, and this garnered a bit of buzz, so watch out for that too. So let's go to Screen International. We have David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future. It's a David Cronenberg's film, of course. It's fun. I like Cronenberg. It's very interesting. This is a bit of trivia. This is one of two films that are named Crimes of the Future. The other one is equally as esoteric as this one, but even more so probably. But Crimes of the Future is out there, wink wink. But if you want to see Cronenberg on the big screen, this is your opportunity. Ali Abbasi's Holy Spider garnered a lot of buzz. I hope you can catch that one. I'm very interested. It's based on a true story, but there's a lot of fictionalized elements behind it about this journalist who's tracking down this notorious serial killer and how these things are viewed in Iranian society. Of course, the Iranian government is not very fond of this film, so take that as how you like. There's also EO, which is a donkey film based on a Bresson film based on a Dostoevsky quote. I mean, it's about a donkey. I'm gonna watch it, Yeah, go donkeys, Team Donkey here, Walk Up is the latest film from Hong Sang-soo. Again, it's a Hong Sang-soo film. You know what you're gonna get. If you like his style, then go ahead. I know there are a lot of Hong Sang-soo fans in the Philippines. So more of that, more people talking, camera shots going in and out. That sort of stuff. That's like gravy to a Hong Sang-soo fan. There's I Have Electric Dreams by Valentina Maurel. It's about a dad and his daughter, and her dad's not the best. He's not perfect. Maybe some people will draw comparisons to say After Sun, which is a film that also came out this year, but it's a bit different than that. I highly recommend also, watch out for this director. That's all I'm gonna say. Corsage by Marie Kreutzer. We also watched this a few days ago for an event screening. A period film that kind of deconstructs, the romanticization of, royals and all of this old-timey stuff. A story about a woman seeking liberation and breaking free of chains, figurative chains anyway. And I'm sure there's a film that a lot of you are looking out for. Is Close by Lucas Daunt. IndieWire did a survey of critics, and they said, yeah, this is my favorite film of that festival. So I don't have to tell you that it's highly anticipated. So moving on to Rainbow QC. If you're a cinephile, you've probably already seen two of these films, Portrait of a Lady on Fire and Billy and Emma. Bill and Em, of course, a previous competitor at QCINEMA. Very nice film. If you watched it before, that's good. Consider watching it again. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a film that is superior on the big screen, and I'm if you haven't seen it on the big screen before, and this is your opportunity to see it. Stranger by the Lake, I think this is an old film, 2013 film. I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with this film, so you might have seen it before. Maybe you watch this if you really like it. Joyland, two people I know have already seen this film. This is a Pakistani film. Not a lot of art house Pakistani cinema I see in the world, but damn, the feedback I got from these two cinephiles, they really liked it. Although the overall consensus on this film is, it depends. They're a bit torn on the ending of the film, but they really my two friends, Jim from Third World Cinema Club and Rolando Basmayor Film Police Reviews, they really liked it. There's You Can Live Forever, which is a lesbian film about people in a Jehovah's Witness community. Yeah, I'm very interested. Yeah, I'm very interested in these LGBT films that they juxtapose that with faith. Faith is very sometimes important to a lot of people, and the intersections of that is very interests me a lot. So yeah, that's also worth checking out. Angry Sun by Kasho Izuka. The director is not very prolific, but they've done writing, directing, editing, cinematography, the whole thing. The storyline is very interesting. It's about a half Filipino, half Japanese boy who falls in love with another boy. It's like a BL or something. So yeah, I'm interested in how that's gonna play out. There's also The Divide by Catherine Corsini. It takes place during the Yellow Vest protest in France, and it's about these two women in a relationship, and they're on the verge of a breakup, and maybe they're gonna try to tie it into the larger socio-political backdrop that's going on. It sounds very interesting. As for the special screenings, I know of two of these directors. Of course, Lav Diaz, his film When the Waves Are Gone is premiering in this festival. Of course, you have to consider, if you're watching a lot of films, if you really want to see this Lab film in the festival, you're gonna be taking up a bit more time than usual. Maybe 2 slots for other films that maybe you could have watched something else. But if you really want to see the new Love and you're a fan of Love, slow cinema, go ahead and watch it. If you want to support our kababayans, you want to support Love, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. There's also Love Live by Koji Fukada. Koji Fukada is one of my favorite Japanese directors. His films, they depict outsiders entering a community or a family unit and disrupting it and maybe even destroying it. This is kind of similar to that. So there's this girl, her like ex-husband or something comes back, and he's like amnesiac or something like that. And Koji Fukada films, they build this kind of weird social tension that I really enjoy. So I'm gonna watch out for that. That's one of my more priority films. There's also The Damn Don't Cry. It's a family drama by Faisal Boulifa. That sounds interesting. There's also The Sales Girl by Jan Ji. I can't pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. Probably a Mongolian filmmaker about a Mongolian, immigrant population somewhere else. And finally, we have restored screenings of In the Mood for Love in Itim. I'm sure, a lot of you people who have been watching these kinds of films, a lot of cinephiles or a lot of people in following this channel have seen those films before. If you want to see them in the big screen, especially In the Mood for Love, have at it. The cinema experience is really unique, and there's nothing that beats watching certain films at the cinema. And of course, ito yung Mike De Leon film, highly recommended. So basically that's it. Just to recap, plan ahead in advance. Consider what films you want to watch that will probably be releasing in the future on other platforms. Don't overextend yourself, and remember, film viewing is not a race. Just watch films at your own pace. You will have better peace of mind. Huwag kayong magunahan. Just to get the first scoop. It's not worth it. So with that said, thank you for watching this video. Wow. Please like and subscribe. I'm not, none of this is monetized or anything. And hopefully I can, when I'm not, dead working, I can put out some of the other video essays that I've been working on. I have like 5 in the burner for now, but they're in various stages of production. I guess clue for one is one of them is in black and white. So till then, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.